Hey everyone, and welcome to my real review of G.G.TALK's other robotic themed game this year. And no, not the dumpster fire that was Mighty Number 9 and its controversy over the pizza explosions that came with it and all the other bullshit and drama from behind the scenes. But this right here is a tag team affair between his developing company Concept and Armature Studios, who helped bring us a great series like Metroid Prime and other not as well known games like the least of the good Batman Arkham games, but hey, by the third one, it was already starting to get played out a little. They also had a good idea of a dark Mega Man game that's a first-person shooter, which I would have loved to play, but Capcom in their infinite stupidity decided to cancel it, like all things Mega Man. So let's get to it. Where does this Xbox One exclusive from a once beloved developer that is now scoring with so much hate, it's like a virtual gamer witch hunt. And boy, is his feet really feeling the fire under him now. Recore from the start once again shows us his robotic and chromatic fetish all for the world to see. But in all seriousness, the plot, which is set during the end of Earth as we know it and almost the extinction of humanity, the rest of us leave to find a new home where the robotic companions help along the way. But soon some gamer cliche goes wrong, and that's where we start as a young, optimistic, young engineer lady with a little pep in her step with her cybernetic version of man's best friend along her side. The characters have a lot of charm and a likability to them, even more so for your robotic companions, even though you can't understand what the hell they're saying and sound like the Octobots from the Matrix movie fucking one another. Each robo-friend has a distinct personality, each to their own, and all have their strengths and weaknesses that counter-react to one another. The humans are voice acted very well and have their own charming personalities all to themselves. Unlike G.G.TALK's other game this year, but there's always one bad apple in the bunch, and that would be Victor, the evil renegade robot, so cliche. You think he would have tied up the main protagonist up to railroad tracks while playing with his overly long mustache. Now the mechanics of the game are fun and work good. Even the platforming, which could have came out very shoddy, were easy to do and the controls were good. It never felt cheap or not your fault when you fucked up. Making it from one platform to the other and third-person shooting in it is adequate. It's no Gears of War, but it works better than most that try the third-person aspect. I also dig the way you take out the cores from the enemies. It's like a fishing minigame that I honestly wouldn't mind getting with my redneck on in a real fishing game. The music and sound effects are decent to good, except sometimes there'd be a loud, annoying mechanical grinding sound in part of the game that sounded like two robo-pussies fighting. It was just god-awful. But here's the issue with this game. It's a little repetitive too quickly to me, and half the game is fetch quests. That takes you from digging the story and into the game to after about 3.5 hours of a long, drain, and boring scheme to give it even longer gameplay. And it goes from good to decent to boring to mediocre almost. The graphics are decent, but nothing that shows off the system. I didn't mind the whole desert and mechanical backgrounds, as it were, because you are on a desert planet, of course. And I quite enjoyed the rusted, battered, and used surroundings and objects like a true lived-in, worn, futuristic place. Kind of like the old Aliens movies. This game has a lot of good ideas and mechanics and some charm, but it's all whittled away over time and repetition. It's a decently mediocre game that, if you're into a third-person shooter and the theme of robots, this could be for you. It's a decent, bordering on, well, more like teetering on mediocre game. But hey, it's no Mighty Misstep number 9, so yeah, for that it's a 6 out of 10.